intense. And because of how much more digestible his ability is in the anime, that's a fear that becomes infinitely easier to understand and thus empathize with the insurmountable odds our heroes must face, driving up the emotional stakes of the encounters with King Crimson.
Why is everything emotional with you?
They have to be. You said it. There is no emotion in Polnareff versus Ebony Devil. Still a great fight. The dude wants to kill me and I don't want to be killed. There's emotion in Jay Gao versus Polnareff because he killed your sister. That's fine. There's emotion in the Genie because you got to kill your sister and Abdul. That's fine. But I'm not going, yo, the emotions in this part is what elevated it to. No, it's a good fight. It was trying to be a good fight, and it succeeded in being a good fight.
Babyface was a device to evolve Geo.
Absolutely.
And that fight is terrible because of it.
But then you look at something like, the lock is a device to evolve Koichi. Yeah. But that's fantastic.
It's a really
because you know why? It involved his family. And he going, don't you hurt my family, you piece of This girl is trapping me in this house. There's nobody around. I fight or I die. Instead of just going, oh, you can do this thing, me too.
Well, I can do it better. You showed me a way to make myself even better.
I didn't even think of using my stand like this.
But now I did. Thank you.
And now I have a new eye and a new throat.
I don't know what my stand does. Echoes. Oh, that's what it does? Now I can win. Ma'am, come look at your son hitting me. Oh, Koichi, no.
Oh, it's such a scummy fight.
He's such a scumbag.
In Man in the Mirror, in Babyface, why didn't he just turn a rock into an eagle and then just drop it on and just like and then just once they see the eagle, turn it back into a rock and then just go, why did he turn an eagle into a rock? And then look over and go, oh, he's missing his throat. Oh, he's in a fight with a thing that we can see right over there. Now let's go help him. As opposed to him going, and Gio going, hey, and Nanachi going, hey. Because he's so stupid. I always said they should have had like a hand signal for stand attack. That would have been made so much sense because once Clash of Talking Heads, you just be like, YMCA. Oh, stand attack. Got it.
Yeah, he wouldn't need to speak it.
Counters with King Crimson and thus his stand user, the main antagonist of Part 5, Diavolo. And the beautiful thing about Diavolo is that King Crimson is only part of what makes him such a terrifying villain. Diavolo stands unchallenged at the
We're not getting the Soul Lord.
peak of El Paso.
How dare?
But unlike his subordinates and nearly every other character of Golden Wind, there's one key difference with him. He has no relationships. He has no friends or direct contact with any other human.
He has a number 2.
He has a number 2. He has direct subordinates. He has a way to contact people. He contacted little short dude and went tell them to get me to. He contacted Bruno and his team.
He has a daughter.
He has a daughter. Who does Kira have? A bunch of women that he kills.
And his dead father in a picture.
he literally several times just went, I don't remember your name, but you sure got a pretty hand. Who does Dio have? Who did Dio have when he was in Part 1, where he was just a vampire? Who does Poochie have? He's doing this for Dio, who died. Funny Valentine has America, and that's all you need. He's doing it for America. Love Funny Valentine. I don't know about Part 8. There's some stuff there.
Rather, he's cloaked himself in a shroud of anonymity, carrying
Like
out his
Kira?
commands through intermediaries, meaning no one has any idea what he looks like, where he lives, or is aware of any shred of information about him. Not his subordinates, not his daughter, and to an extent, not even himself. Diavolo existing as one of two alternate personalities trapped in the same body, one of which is a innocent young boy, the other being the psychotic tyrant who maintains control of El Pasion by harvesting fear and terror in everyone beneath him.
You're looping that what?
It's fine.
It's so obvious to see the loop. You're doing a crossfade, so the blood splatter, you can see the fade in, the crossfade of it. And then it loops over and over and over again.
Would you define that as a valid criticism?
Yes,
Okay,
that
I
would
see.
be a valid criticism.
I see.
Because he liked this shot and he wanted to keep it going for way longer than it actually did. So
By harvesting fear and terror in everyone beneath him, and particularly in anyone who would dare attempt.
who is that guy?
Who is that? That would have been so great if that was just a third personality.
Dude, I said it before. Make every personality have their own stand.
And then they all come together. You got the strength, you got the skipping time, and you got the seeing into the future.
So it's like, I'm going to give you a bit of my sightseeing, my future seeing ability. You're going to give me a bit of your time skip ability.
That would have been pretty good.
No, we don't get that.
We just get literally who is that?
His true identity, as did his subordinates Gelato and Sorbet, with Gelato being sliced into 36 individual segments, encased in glass, and sent to the other members of El Pasion as a warning, with Sorbet being made watch, choking himself to death in terror to avoid the same fate. To Diavolo, a relationship isn't a source of
something that's good from the manga to anime. In the anime, they made that Chocolata and Sorbet. Not Chocolata.
Oh, Green Day and Oasis.
Yeah. In the anime and in the manga, it was just two shadows. So you know, like, yeah, that's pretty good.
strength, but an open wound that must be sealed. When Bruno's squad eventually delivers his daughter Trish to him, they're horrified at the revelation that he plans to kill her.
Oh, then why didn't he just say, hey, kill her?
Why not? Why didn't he just throw her down the elevator shaft? Why not just, instead of chopping the hand, chop the head, or just break the neck and then just go, leave Bruno? Why did it have to be all that?
Legitimately, why?
Write a note so you don't have to show yourself to Bruno. You want to keep your secrecy. Write a note, chop off the hand or the head, and just leave the note and just go. The note just says, leave Bruno, or you gonna get some of this.
Or same for you.
Or would you like both of your hands or one? Come down here for one hand. You got 3 hands now. You walk with 3 hands.
So, severing his final blood link between him and the outside.
So yeah, he was just gonna kill her. So why did he cut off her hand instead of just cutting off her head? Why did he just not smash her in the elevator shaft against the elevator shaft?
If it's a thing of he wanted to make 100% sure she was dead by doing it himself, why not go to Chocolata and Green Day and Oasis and go kill them, kill her? I know you guys are gonna do it because you indiscriminately killing the whole town. You're recording it because that's what you guys do, and you guys did it with those 2 people. So record it, drop it off in front of my mansion, and walk away. Because I know you 2 are pieces of because I called you pieces of I know that you guys are going to kill her. So go into this bathroom, little dude, turn your head because she's about to die. And then you record yourself killing her. And then you send that tape to me, and we good.
No.
No.
Because this is the part of the reason I don't like part 5 so much. Things happen because other things need to happen.
It needs to happen.
He didn't kill Trish simply because next series of events that need to happen needed to happen. the only reason Trish was not killed right there. Everybody loses certain logic to make the next thing happen.
He goes, one person come into the building with Trish, go down this elevator shaft to the basement. But he comes into the elevator and steals her. Why didn't you just go drop her off in front of the elevator, Trish get in the elevator, and then kill? Why did it have to be all of that? Why couldn't you just wait until the door is open and go, now just leave her outside of this door and walk away, Bruno?
Your mission is complete. Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you for delivering my daughter, Bruno. You're going up a level. I trust you now more. Go away now.
This is your next mission.
Go away now. What's going to happen to Trish? She's going to live a fine life. Trust me. Go away now. But no, he for some reason jumped into the elevator shaft that was coming down to them and just went, I'm going to cut off your hand, showing that I have the malice to kill this person. And you're not...
and the means to slice off a hand.
Without you even realizing it, and I'm going to assume that you're just going to walk away? If that's the case, if you're assuming that he's going to walk away, knowing that Trish is going to be killed, why not just kill her in the elevator? If you have the time to somehow chop off her hand, grab her, and then go down the elevator shaft without him being noticed, why not just kill? And then just go, oh, I've defeated Bruno. Now it's time for me to kill my daughter.
Outside world, allowing him to control El Pasión from the shadows forever. Diavolo forsaking all relationships and intimacy in order to protect himself from the vulnerability that other people bring.
What happened to Trish's mom? Looking up what happened to Trish's mom.
So she just died in a hospital.
So yeah, there was some intimacy there.
Why didn't he kill her?
Yeah, if
He knew that...
he must have cared about either the wife and or Trish, and went, I'm gonna set them up in a small room away from everybody instead of just killing them both.
And he had to know that he burned down an entire town because they knew who he was. He knew that he was in a relationship with this lady, but then he just let her live until the moment they were just like, hey, she's searching for me. And then now it's time for the little choppy. Whatever. Dude.
Whatever. Ignore it.
The frightening thing about Diavolo is I kind of get it. Like, not the killing your kid part, but the other part. Relationships do lead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the whole point. It's relationships, yo. Where's the next one gonna go? Who knows? It's a whole mystery.
Dude.
He's going to relationship angle. That's a bit of it's something, I guess. Hey, whatever, homie.
Dude, we had 3 part 5 videos about 3 almost completely different things. One was heavy into resolve. The other was heavy into fate, even though the first one was also very fatey. And then the last one is about relationships.
There's just so much to get from part 5. It's so meaty. It's so juicy. It's like a big old Fred Flintstone Brontosaurus burger. It's just huge. And you're just like, I can't finish this. It's so much. You just put it in the refrigerator for a little while, bring it out. Hey, look.
That had to be all muscle.
Oh, dude, that had to just taste like just eating a tire.
Not that they know what that was, with them driving with their feet.
But yeah, this is just... There's just so many places that we can go with this. People... And it's only this part.
Also,
the first time it was Nuttucks going, the psychological angle of part 4. I'm like, really? Is there something there with psychology?
Also, if you get Diavolo ostracizing himself from literally everybody because relationships can be kind of a daunting thing, even just like friendships, you should probably seek some help.
Yeah.
And that's not a joke or anything. That's just a observation from me. If you're going, I get that's sociopathic type of stuff.
Where he's just like, you need to isolate yourself from 100% of people, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of, I don't understand that at all.
I understand there are some people that greatly enjoy their own company and they would rather not deal with people, because I'm one of those people.
Absolutely.
I have a handful of people I enjoy being around, but I am much better around just being around myself and doing my own stuff, and I enjoy that way more than dealing with some people.
At work, I worked with a bunch of people at Burger King, a bunch of people at Walmart, a bunch of people at the casino. Now I'm just in a little cubicle by myself. Nobody's bothering me. Fantastic.
And I am 100% fine with that. But if you're going, I'm going to isolate myself from everybody, that's problematic to me.
Because relationships are daunting and hard and difficult and
But we don't
scary
even know this point yet. So
I heard relationships are daunting.
Do leave you vulnerable. They are difficult and
no, that's almost villain behavior. Like, your feelings are your weakness.
They are difficult and complicated and painful. People disappoint us. People leave. People die. One way or another, all relationships eventually end. And rather than leave yourself vulnerable to that pain...
You know what? Pause. You know what relationship doesn't end? The relationship with Jesus Christ. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
But even though relationships end, and they are always going to end, you still have that love for that person. If a person dies that you love, you still have that love for that person. You still have the memory.
There's a literal saying, it's better to love and lost than never to love at all. And apparently Dia agrees with that somewhat, because he did.
At some point in his life.
It can feel easier to just close yourself off and embrace.
No, it's actually harder.
Because then you got people asking, hey, you all right? What's wrong? And then you got to talk with people. If me and you just stop going to the podcast and freaking stop answering tests, they'd be like, hey, we know where he live. Let's go there and see what's wrong.
Mike would probably drive up here.
So we would have to eventually interact with people.
And people can get you through some of that tough stuff. Like, man, I'm having a real hard time. Tell me about it. Let's go out. Let's do something.
Rather than agony. And this is...
That's also saying that all relationships end in agony. My friend Ted died last year, and I was sad about it. But now all I do is think about good stuff. I don't think about him the way he was killed or anything. I just think about the good stuff. What is the issue with thinking about the good stuff? Because I was sad for a week. Dude.
Let's continue. Let's see where he's going with this.
The deeply human fear that Diavolo embodies. What makes him such a frightening, relatable villain.
No!
No.
No!
Doing everything that he can to erase his past, speaking through people with computers and stuff like that, isolating himself 100%. It's not relatable at all.
Wolf, if you knew your neighbor was like Dia, where he does everything through the slot in his door, you've never seen his face, you may have heard his voice through the walls. You would go, what's wrong with that guy?
There is no anime, manga, nothing that's glorifying being a hikikomori. Just shouting yourself out in the room. It's always shown to be a bad thing, or this person has something wrong with them that they need to overcome. It's never like this is so I can understand, like, shutting myself off from people. Everybody can. Everybody just wants to listen to some music and just be not bothered. But at the point where you're just going, yep, this one girl who I don't know is my one link to being known. I mean, I'll just kill her and just continue my life. No, that's like 0% relatable.
I think everything has aspects of relatability. Even quadrillionaire Bruce Wayne has relatable things to him. To everybody. Everything can be related to anybody. But this is not a positive.
I love what Kira was just like, I got a fetish and I'm just trying to express myself in the best positive way that I can. Like, dude, cool.
I'm not
don't killing people. That's whatever. But you just like, look, I know, but this is what I need to do this.
I legitimately cannot help it. It's like an itch that I need to scratch, and it needs to get done. I relate to that. I don't relate to the killing and stuff.
Yeah, but
so when you're shutting yourself off completely from everybody, I don't relate to that. I don't see Dia as a relatable person. I see him as a nothing character. See, you guys keep going all this deep stuff. This is what this character means. This is why you can relate to them.
No.
This is the theme and the embodiment and the hope and the light and the resolve and the fate and all this crap. What about the character?
What about them?
What about who or what they are?
What they like, what they dislike.
How
Interactions
they are.
with other characters. Hopes, dreams.
This is
feelings.
why part 5 is trash. You don't get the people being comrades a lot. You don't get the main group just being comrades. You get so much Josuke and Okuyasu. You get so much Koichi and Josuke. You get so much Koichi and Yakako. You get so much of all this stuff.
And it's a big group too. So you can't bring that excuse.
Rohan and Koichi. You get so... Rohan and Josuke. There was a whole arc that was just those two playing a dice game. And his house is burning. And he just go, roll the dice. And that's an amazing moment. That's the type of stuff. Josuke, I'm not going to lose to you. I'm punishing myself because I know you're cheating and I can't figure it out.
That's amazing stuff.
That's a good character moment. Rohan going, I don't care about anything or anybody but my art except this girl. Now I start, yes, I'm going to miss you. Fine, since I'm probably never going to see you again. Yes, I'm going to miss you. Of course I am.
Fantastic
This
stuff.
is what I want out of a part of JoJo.
Hermes turning to Jolene and going, don't touch Sports Max. I need this revenge. This is my fight.
That's all I need out of a JoJo part. A bunch of people doing stuff like that and a bunch of good fights. I don't need people going, I can relate to Jolene. I don't give a shit if I can relate to Jolene.
I don't need people going, yeah, Jordo's not a character. He's a theme. He's an idea. How can you relate to that?
I don't need to go the psychological aspects of part 4. Did I like it? Was it fun? Was it good? Was it funny? Was it dark? Whatever that I need, that I like about it. Yes, then I like it. That's all I want and need. That's all I want out of a part of a weird manga where monsters stand behind people with powers. I don't need fate. I don't need themes. I don't need relatability. I need enjoyment, and I don't enjoy part 5.
But this is also the kind of beautiful thing about part 5. People will hurt you. People will leave. And
That's every part. What are you talking about? When Okuyasu's brother was just like, I don't give a shit about you, don't save me. Relationships, hurting people. Come on. Jotaro is a hard-boiled, I don't give a shit. But when push comes to shove, he's like, save my mama. We got it. We got his character right then and there. He's going, don't touch me. I don't give a shit about you. Oh, she's going to die. And I have the ability to go save her. Save my mama. Why is this one special? Why does this deserve a chunk of time in your video?
will lose people that you love. But maybe that's okay, because for all the potential other people have to cause us pain, they're also the only thing that really make life worth living. The ones who can pull us from the paths we're on, lift us up, and give us the chance to be better than what we are. And in the light of that, the pain is worth it. Where Diavolo turned...
Pause. Why does this need to be said?
Why are you implanting this on this part? I'm sure you did not do this for part 4. I am positive.
Why does it need to be implanted on this part? Why does this need to be said? Everybody knows that there's nobody on relationships are bad fold arms unless they're hikikomori, and that's portrayed as a bad thing.
Why is part 5 the only one?
Why?
Literally, why?
Because it what else is there? What is there to Fugo? You can't talk about his character, so you move on. You gotta find something else to talk about. Nanacha's a fine character. I can do a paragraph on him.
How can somebody go, who's your favorite JoJo character, and they say Abakio? Well, tell me about him.
Well, he's a little crabby and he's regretful. And then he cut off his arm that one time.
Jono and his friends embrace it, and all the sorrow and happiness that comes with it. This is what I love about part 5. It's still JoJo's,
But not other
it's still
parts?
this insane spectacle of superpowered death battles, bananas turning into revolvers, and people shooting ghosts at each other. But it's also this fucking beautiful story about relationships.
So now it's about relationships. It's a beautiful story about relationships. What is part 5 about? And why is no other part about something?
Why? It's about relationships? What are you talking about?
It's this beautiful part about relationships. What about all the relationships of part 4? What about all the relationships of part 6, 7, 8?
3. Polnareff cried over Iggy, a dog. I told you not to and saved me, dog. Iggy chose to save Polnareff.
Iggy goes, I don't give a about that kid. I'm not going to talk about Iggy's greatness. Dude, relationships throughout all of that. What about the Zeppelins? What about that relationship where they go, I'm going to give everything I am to this guy because I climbed up a hole with him? We're not talking about that.
Why
we don't care about that. Oh, because you don't need to.
It's just a good part. There are good moments. But this, you gotta go, yeah, but what else? Relationship, fates, themes, resolve.
Hope, beacons, light.
All this other stuff. When every other part is just allowed to be a good part. And you're shackling this with all these buzzwords that you have to fit into every single thing. Trish, Abakio, where's the conversations there? Have they spoken to each other?
Have they said 4 words to each other? Yes or no?
Come on.
Relationships. You go on a whole spiel about Beach Boy because that makes sense. Oh, these two seem like lovers. That's my whole debate on that one.
Done.
My point is finished. Oh, that guy sat on that one's lap. That's implied. Finished. You see how relationships is inherent throughout the entire thing? That's why it's beautiful. Because 2 gay couples and Beach Boy.
Look, Ochiko is talking to Ojiro in My Hero. Relationship. That's what it's all about. That's what My Hero's all about, the relationship. They're talking to each other, see? But you have to point this out in this part.
It's funny you go that with in My Hero because there was a whole arc about a relationship between Ayama and Deku, where everyone's like, is this guy the traitor and or villain? And it's just like, no, I am a friend to Deku.
This is the only part that needs to be spoke about like this. It's about relationships.
This is incredible.
Okuyasu was brought back to life because of his relationship. He went, I'm not gonna. His brother went, you can't keep following me. Like, you're right, and he brought himself back. He could have died right then and there, chose not to. We're not talking about that.
Instead, we're talking about Fugo and Mista. Except we're not, because there's nothing there.
It's about how we can find salvation in other people as long as we're willing to accept the pain that comes with that. And I think that's awesome. I think that's why you...
There's nothing like this with the other parts.
There's no one-to-one comparison. Everybody else is just us, just avatars, just T-posing 15 feet from each other, never interacting. No other two characters have a relationship in any other part.
Good day, Koichi. To you too as well, Josuke.
T-pose away.
Oh, we must battle over there. Join us, person. I will. Every JoJo's part.
That every other part but this part.
Dude. I just cannot stop picturing Josuke talking to Koichi, who is also T-posing. There's no expression on their face. Because they're not friends. They're not having a relationship. They're exchanging information. They're just going, this is the blunt facts of the day. And I am speaking them to you.
School at 8 o'clock. Bus come at 7:30.
Mustn't be late. T-pose away. I never used my hand and he had to turn 45. There's no bending. Rohan just drawing like a completed T-pose. Your Kako's hair is just a T. Yeah, no. Every part has inherent relationships. Some are very prominent, some are in the background, some aren't as heavy as others. This one is not any more heavy than any other part because you got two implied gay couples, and Giorno can do stuff with Mishta's bullets.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't understand where you're coming from. I don't get it.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Golden Wind.
I'm going -8.
It was going -7. He got that point because of mentioning Beach Boys. But
That's
otherwise, I would be right there with you in 8.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, you're right. I forgot about the Beach Boy thing. Yeah, it's probably 7 for me, too, then.
I gave him that point. Otherwise, it'd be a -8.
Mm-hmm. This wasn't a good video.
No, it wasn't. Of course not.
But it wasn't awful. It wasn't awful.
It has the trappings that iPatchWolf always had. But like I said before, it was this video that was just like, here's all the problems with iPatchWolf. And it was like a 45-minute, 50-minute video. And iPatchWolf commented in the description, just like, yeah, you know what? This really opened my eyes to a lot of things that I have been doing. I'm going to try to do them less. He didn't grow. He didn't improve.
No, why would you? Your audience is set. And you're going to keep doing the things you're doing because your audience is set.
But how can anybody just go, this part is about relationships, and them not think about any other part and any other relationship? And just goes, you know what, you're right. Why did Jotaro go to Egypt? Well, because of his relationship to his mother.
Why did Josuke want to protect his town? Because of his relationship with his grandfather. Off rip, those two parts had immense pain early on for the protagonist that spurred them into action.
Why did Poochie try to reset the world? Because of his relationship with Dio. Why did the president of the world, Funny Valentine, try to get the corpse part? You know he's the president of the world. Try to get the corpse part. It's the world. Because of his relationship with America. That man loves America. He's like, I need to protect it. I get it or somebody else gets it. I get it. It may benefit America, but it definitely won't hurt America like other people get it.
Hey, I'm dying, so I'm bringing you over here. You put this corpse in the ground. That way nobody outside of America can have it. America.
But no other parts are about relationship. In part 8, they brought this weird four-bald man with amnesia into their house. Around his children, his whole family. He brought him in. Doesn't know him.
And the relationship between the main hero and the heroine is inherent throughout. You constantly see it. And one dude is an antagonist simply because of their relationship.
The part 1. The reason why he's fighting him because he's like, I have to do this because you were my brother. Dude. It's everywhere.
Jonathan goes, I can't even look at Arena anymore. Because of what Dio did. He broke our relationship apart, and this was unforgivable. Oh, you love this dog? He's kennel now.
It's all there. But this part is special. For some reason.
For some reason.
Because it's not special in any other aspect. So it has to be special somewhere else.
That's exactly what it is. It's not special in anything but the things that we put into it. Geo is absolutely special, but it makes him worse. Because you look at everybody else's, oh, this is my limited stand.
Super limited stand.
Not me. Not Geo. So how do we make this good for this guy that could just do whatever? Look, they didn't get their awesome final fight. Because it was just like, I stabbed myself, punch, you're done.
Geo, the main character, had 2 fights by himself. Everything else was just him assisting or just getting the final blow. There's no reason. White Album always just sickens me that he got the kill on that.
Most people, this is like one of the few parts that has a Joe Bro have their introductory stand battle assisted by more than just them. It's not just a one-on-one fight. Man in the Mirror. This is Fugo's introduction, and it's like, there's Geo, and like, why? Because I can't do anything with it.
Even though he has his unstoppable, degrading stand, but for some reason he needs Geo to just go, I infected myself, boogity, boogity, boogity. And then Brick Snake, and people are fine with this. And nobody's pointing to freaking Beach Boys and going, that's amazing. Because that's amazing.
That's all you need is Beach Boy.
That's all. Open part, Beach Boy, close part. Part 5 is pretty good, yo.
If part 5 was a bunch of Beach Boy stuff,
dude, it would have been top of the tops.
If all these relationships with these other peoples was like the relationship between Grateful Dead and Beach Boy, or at least something, it would have been something. Instead of, Clashing Talking Head rubbing on each other and talking face to face, if it was an actual, emotional thing.
That's like opening a movie with, oh, these are a married couple. You go, yep, they're a married couple. You don't need to be invested in that. You don't need to go, oh, how did they? No, they're a married couple. They're together. That's fine. And that's just like those two. So there's not too much there. But this dude is going, you have the ability to grow. I see that in you. Your stand is really good. You're a killer. You're in this group. You have to be better. That's better than just going, we're gay. There's not too much to grasp from that. And that's why he just went, they're gay. And went a whole spiel on those two.
Because they actually show a
Because
lot
there's
of
actually
stuff.
something there. As opposed to them just going, oh, here's a sugar cube. I didn't give a about him. I like sugar.
So, whatever we're doing next.
Yeah, it's my choice.
Not even a point of saying it, because anybody could come out with a video.
It's disgusting.
Nuktaku. Why One Piece is the worst? Well, we're in there.
So look out for that.
Look out for whatever.
Whatever comes next, because ain't no soul orbs talking about here.
You had one job, Wolf.
Dude, what could he say? What can you say?
In that last 40 seconds, he was going, oh, it's this ghost battle with the soul orb. He could have made a quick joke.
Again, he spoke about 0 negatives. And that's a problem. Sit me down.
But again, he spoke about a negative in Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, he did. Because he went, I ain't watching that. I ain't watching that, homie. No.
I can't recommend this to anybody.
How it changed everything. Don't watch it. I'm not talking about you and just going, here's the Three Kings saga. No, I'm going, the Three Kings saga. I'm like, come on now. Yeah.
What were you doing?
It just felt like you're just trying to get this over with. I'd have something to say about it, as opposed to literally nothing. How you not mentioning how Fugo is booty when Fugo is cheeks?
Booty butt, cheeks.
Rump.
So yeah, we're out of here.
Whatever. I'm sick of these